Hey y'all, welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you are new here, I do post these every single Sunday here on my channel. I show you guys what we have for dinner throughout the week, show you some easy recipes. I am a working mama of two, and my boyfriend travels for work, so he's not home throughout the week. So I like to do things that are quick and easy and delicious, but I also show you some more in-depth recipes as well. So if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit that red subscribe button down below and join my YouTube family. We have so much fun over here, and this week we have some different recipes that I am so extremely excited to share with y'all. So without further ado, let's hop into this week's What's for Dinner. So to start off this What's for Dinner, I decided to make some macaroni and cheese, homemade, kind of like a casserole. Y'all, this is the best macaroni and cheese on the planet, and when you start making it like this, you'll never want to make it from a box again. I found this recipe on Pinterest. I will link it down below. It is very simple, very easy. It does make a ton of macaroni. So if you have a bigger family, this is great for families that are, big. If you've got a lot of children, this is great for like leftovers, especially since the kids are out of school right now because of COVID-19. But if you have a smaller family, I'm so sorry. If you have a smaller family, you may want to cut this recipe in half. And I am going to show you what we end up doing with the leftover mac and cheese, which is so good. But like I said, I am going to leave this recipe down below for you guys. Like I said, it's very simple, very easy, and it makes a ton. So if you have a big family or y'all are into leftovers or anything like that, this is going to be the recipe for you.
Alright, we're flouring right now.
I'm leaving that in there.
Of course you are.
So of course I had to leave that clip in there whenever Jameson was telling y'all that he was flouring the chicken. So to go along with our macaroni and cheese, we are making fried chicken, or Jameson is making fried chicken. So he just has an egg wash there and some flour with some seasoning. It's not anything special or anything crazy that we do. We did soak the chicken in buttermilk and hot sauce in the refrigerator for probably about 6 hours, I would say. And then now he does the egg wash in the flour, egg wash, flour mixture, and then we will just put it into the deep fryer and fry it until it's done. If you don't know when your chicken is done or not, I suggest you get a meat thermometer. That's what I do, just so I know that it is completely done on the inside. So this is what the mac and cheese ended up looking like when it was done. For about a minute after it was completely done cooking in the oven, I did put it on broil so you would get that nice golden crisp top. So don't forget to do that because the recipe doesn't say to do that, but I did that to get that golden look to the top. On the next night, we are going to be making just some hamburgers just in the George Foreman grill. I just have some cavender seasoning and some Tony Chachere's, however you say that. And I'm just going to grill these up, and then I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do with this leftover mac and cheese. So I'm going to take some egg wash, just like you would if you were frying chicken. Just a couple of eggs, a little bit of milk, and I'm going to whisk that together. Then I'm going to take some flour, and I'm going to put that into another bowl with some cavender seasoning, nothing crazy or ridiculous. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this macaroni, and since it's cold, it is going to ball up real nicely. And I'm just going to be using my cookie scoop that I have. You could use an ice cream scoop, or you actually don't even have to use one at all. And I'm just going to put it in ball shapes, and then I'm going to dip it into the egg mixture and then the flour mixture, and I'm going to fry them and make mac and cheese bites. Y'all, these were so good and so delicious, and I don't even know, I was laying in bed right before it was time to start dinner, and I just had this pop into my head. And like I said, that macaroni and cheese made so much, so I wanted to use it up and do something different. These are great for after school snacks if you want to make a bunch of these up with the leftover mac and cheese. Throw them in a Ziploc bag and the kids can heat them up when they get home from school. I know they're not going to school right now, but this is also good throughout the day. If you're a working mom and you have older kids that are staying home, they can just throw these in the microwave or the deep fryer if they're older and can use the deep fryer and use it. But y'all, look at these. They're so good. I could not get over how good these actually turned out, and we loved them. So I ended up just putting the burgers on some toasted bread. I also made some potato wedges on the side. If you're new around here, we love the Great Value potato wedges and the chicken dipping sauce by Great Value as well. And that is what we had for dinner that night. The next night, I had went to the grocery store. This was when the whole Corona thing had started happening and the grocery stores were empty. I could not find hamburger meat to save my life. So all they had was some already seasoned fajita meat at Walmart. I grabbed a couple of packets of that. I got me some poblano peppers and some white American cheese that I already had at home. And I'm just going to be making at home cheesy poblano peppers or fajitas, not peppers, fajitas. This is what I like to get when we go to a certain Mexican restaurant here in our area. So I just made them from home. And I'm also going to dice up some onion to throw in there as well. All you do with this, you guys, so easy. Put a little bit of oil in your cast iron skillet, and then you're going to throw in your peppers and your onions, and you're just going to cook it until it's done. It's seriously that simple. And then I put some white American cheese on top of the fajitas whenever they were done, just to get it nice and melted. And then we just served it on tortillas, and it turned out amazing. And actually, Brooklyn enjoyed this so much that I had to make little Ziploc bags for her that had fajita meat and the peppers in it. I went back to the store and got some more fajita meat, and I just made her individual packs that she could put in the freezer and then pull out a little bit before she was wanting to cook it for like lunch or whatever. And she is obsessed with these fajitas. So that is what we ended up having for dinner on that night. So this is what the fajitas ended up looking like whenever they were done in the skillet. Like I said, these were so good. So if you've never tried the already seasoned fajita meat from Walmart, you must pick it up. Here I'm showing you guys a little tip or trick if you're new to my channel. This is the meat smasher that everybody loves. If you don't have one of these, I have it linked in my Amazon store down below. I absolutely love this thing, but what I do not like is how the meat just sticks to it, and it's so frustrating because then you just have to get a fork out, get the meat off of it, put it back in the pan, so it can kind of be a pain. What I have figured out is if you spray it with some non-stick cooking spray, your meat won't stick to it. So I did want to share that little tip with you guys. I know I've shared it before, but if you're new here or you missed that video, I wanted to share it again. On this night, I am making some stuffed shells. So right now I'm just browning some hamburger meat. I have a pound, and then I'm gonna add some onion and garlic powder to that. I also love this can opener. I got this from Walmart, but I do have one linked in my Amazon store as well, and I absolutely love it. So now I added 2 cans of spaghetti sauce, a can of spinach, and some black olives. I'm also going to be adding some mozzarella cheese here. And I did boil my noodles, and then we're just gonna stuff our noodles in just a moment. So I am going to put some of this sauce in the bottom of the casserole dish where I'm going to be adding the stuffed shells. And so I just like to do this because I don't want the shells just to be sitting on nothing whenever you scoop them out. It also is a barrier to help it not stick too. So I'm just going to be adding some of that sauce to the bottom, and then I'm going to be stuffing the shells, lining them on top of that, and then I'll put more sauce on top and some mozzarella cheese. I'm going to bake this in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes, I would say, until all the cheese is melted on top to your liking. So this is what dinner ended up looking like on this night. We just served it with a fresh side salad, and these were so good, you guys. I could not recommend these enough. This is just something I threw together out of my pantry, just some things that I had in there, and I'm like, you know what, this would probably be good. So I tried it and we loved it. On the next night, Jameson just did some grilling, and so I'm going to make some peppers on the side. Y'all, these are so good, so easy. So all you're gonna do is take some mayonnaise and some mild cheddar cheese and mix that together. That's literally it. That's all you're gonna do. You don't put any seasonings or anything in them. Then you buy the canned jalapenos, the pickled ones, cut them in half, de-seed them. Then you're gonna put that mixture into the jalapenos and then top them with some real bacon bits and then put them in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes and then they are done. You are going to want to make the mayonnaise and cheese mixture how much ever cheese you want to put in it. As you can see, the consistency of mine, I kind of put a lot of cheese in it because we like cheese around here. If you don't like cheese as much, you don't have to add as much. And I know this sounds like so crazy, and like it's so simple and you wouldn't think anything of it, like it being extremely delicious, but I promise you guys, These little jalapeno poppers are so good. I got this recipe from my aunt. She makes them for family gatherings all the time, and I just love them. So make sure you give these a try if you don't try anything else from today's video. They are so delicious. Like I said, we just had hamburgers and french fries. Jameson just did some grilling that night, and I wanted to make something a little different on the side than your normal side dishes. So this is what I ended up making. But that is it for today's What's for Dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will talk to you guys later.